Hi, welcome back to part 2 of this how-to video on image manipulation. The main reason for doing this video or this series of videos is to give you some help with image manipulation. And what do I mean by that? So we have a system on the website called Slides, which is when used correctly, really nice. It adds some nice colour into your home page, and it allows you to either put a nice picture of your venue up, or I've seen some really great slides out there that have been produced by administrators where they've got different montages of different shots of players or trophy presentations, or all manner of different things that I've seen which are really good. So what I want to do is try and help everybody achieve the same similar great results. So Slides, let's have a look. This is a slide in action. This is the British League website. The British League website has a slide, and as you can see, the image itself is ideally suited to being a slide because it has a ratio of 4:1. So it's 4 times wider than it is high. And that's the idea of a slide. It's meant to be like a letterbox sized image. If we were to put an image on that was as wide and as high, the entire homepage would just be filled with that single image, which is clearly not what we're trying to achieve. So though the question is, how do you go from having an image which is potentially going to come out of your digital camera or your phone and make it look like that? Well, first of all, you need an image that's suitable. When you take the photo, you need to obviously make sure that you can afford to chop a significant amount off the top and bottom of it and still have an image which is going to look good. So what I've done for the example is I've just grabbed a picture that I found on the web. So as you can see, it would not matter too much if we lost all these empty seats, and we can lose a bit off the bottom. So really we should be able to make this image here look something similar to this sort of image here. So what we're going to do in this tutorial is basically show you the basic technique of how you would do that. Now, as I say in all these videos, this is not scripted. I'm just going to run through this as if you were sitting next to me. So here we go. Here's Paint.net. This is the software that you should have installed now if you've already watched part 1. And what we're going to do is simply get the image that we want to work with, click and drag it, and just drop it onto the Paint window. Now here we go, we have the image. The first things first, we need to know what our target size is going to be, and we can see that by looking in the admin area. Slides need to be 1140 pixels by 285 pixels. Now if you don't know what a pixel is, basically it's just a unit of measurement for computers, no different to centimeters on a piece of A4 paper. A pixel is just a unit of measurement for a screen. So that's the goal. We're going to get to this size here. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, first of all, let's just have a look what we're starting with. If you go to Image and click a Resize option, you get a little pop-up box and it just gives you some information. The key bit of information that you need to be looking at is here, pixel size. And you can see the width currently is significantly different to what we want. Now, you may look at this and think, well, if I just change this number to 1140 and this one to 285, I'm done. Well, actually, that's not going to work. In fact, well, what I'm just show you, that's not going to work, because what you'll see is, as I typed in here, it has automatically changed the height, and that's because you've got this maintain aspect ratio box ticked. So whatever width size we change, the height is going to change to maintain the aspect ratio. If we were to untick this button here, it will allow me to change the size to whatever I want, but effectively then what will happen is the image itself would just become totally stretched, and it would look rubbish and not be what we want to do. So yeah, how are we going to get this now to be 1140 by 285? Well, basically what we're going to do is we're going to resize and we're going to crop. So if we resize this image now to 1140 pixels wide by literally typing 1140 there and clicking OK, what's going to happen is, well, first of all, it's resized, which you can clearly see. We still got the issue though that it doesn't look like letterboxed size. So what we can do is we can use this tool here. Okay, so you just literally select the rectangle from the toolbox, and you just drag on the picture roughly the letterbox. Now, if you look at the very bottom of the screen, there's some text which is telling you that the rectangle size is 1140 by 380 at the moment, and as I move this around, those numbers will change. So if you're looking at the bottom of the screen now, you'll see all these sizes are changing. So really what we want is we want to get that up to 285. So by just dragging the mouse appropriately, I can get it to 285 pixels. There we go, and I'll let go of the mouse. Now I've let go, and effectively that's now set. So this here, which we would refer to usually as something like a mask, that is now the size of our end image that we want. But it's in the wrong place really. We want to ideally get a little bit more of the table at the bottom, and we can afford to lose some seating. So if we change the tool now to the move selection, we can just drag that down. Just be careful, because this is a free tool. It's good, but it's not a professional tool. In a professional tool, there are shortcut keys to stop this from happening, where it's moving left to right as well. You can just move it up and down and not worry. But with this tool, you're going to have to be a little bit careful that you don't drag it too far to the left or the right. Ideally, we want to get the entire picture in. But there you go, that's good enough for me for this example. So I can just let go of that now. So what I've done is I've got my mask. It is now over the place where I would like the image to be. So I go now to image, and I do crop to selection. And there you go. We now have the image in this kind of size, or the exact size actually, that we would need to upload. And then all we would do then is file and save as, and then we will go to our resources, and we'll just give it a new name. I think we'll just call it follow the same naming convention, image1 resized. We'll save it. It's going to be saved as a JPEG in this instance, but you can save as other formats as you want, and that's at this point not really important. A JPEG will be fine, but in future videos I might go over the differences of the different types and the reasons why you might use a PNG over a JPG. So here we go, we'll hit save. Quality, you would be looking to be having 80% or above, but the higher quality that you choose, the larger the file size is going to be. Ideally, you should not be uploading images that are much more than about 60k. But if you drag this down to 80%, here we go, at 80% quality, we've got a 77 kilobyte image, which is fine, and you'll find 80% quality is still perfectly reasonable when it's on your computer screen. Click OK, and if we look in our folder, we should now have a resized version. Here we go. Now, last bit, let's upload this as a slide. Well, hold on, I actually wasn't intending to do this, but basically what we'll need to do is choose a slide. First of all, we're going to need to upload it. So we're going to need to upload the image itself. So we're going to our quick access. We'll go to resources, click on the folder and open. That's uploaded the file to the media library. I now show, and don't I look silly? Ha! Right. Well, I did say there's no script to this. It's actually probably a good thing that this has happened to me, because it probably would have tripped other people up as well. So here we go. I've actually made that exact mistake that I warned you all about. We've ended up with an image which is actually 1 pixel short of what we needed. So silly me. Let's show you where we went wrong, shall we? Luckily, we have a history in this application, and we can undo our crop just by clicking there, and effectively we could back this right up to the very beginning where we open the image, resize the image. So it's like an undo, but with loads of history behind it. So you can undo the last 5 things we did if you want. Okay, so where we went wrong is quite simple. We moved this outside of the image's control. So if I crop to selection now, the sensible thing for me to do is just check the size. And now we do actually have an image that is 1140 by 285, which is what we need. So now when I do the save, I'll override what I did before, hit save, replace it. Now, okay, so we try again. We have the image now, which is at the correct size. So if we choose the slide now and we upload it again, this time when we show the image, as it's the correct size, it will now let us select it. If you're doing a slide, it's often nice to be able to just drop some text in as a title, and then some an alt text if you want on the actual image itself, which is never a bad idea to do. Select the image, and then obviously you would then go on to complete the other elements of the actual slide, and then hit save, and then it is published. So if we preview, and there you go. We're just having a little look to see why I didn't have a description. It's because basically I did it wrong. I wanted my slide title to be test, and then I wanted my description to be description. Save and close, and then refresh. And when this loads, hopefully that will be fixed. I think it's usually quite nice to have a title and a description on a slide. And there you have it. Obviously, if I was doing it for real, I would probably take a little bit more care, and I probably would have pulled it down slightly to get a little bit more of the image showing. But for the purpose of the video, I think that's good enough. So there you go. That's how we use Paint.net to produce a very basic slide off of a photograph that you might take on something like a digital camera or your mobile phone. So that there ends this tutorial video, and in the next video what we're going to do is have a look at doing something a little bit more advanced. Hopefully you've learned something useful now, and we'll get on to some more advanced techniques in the next video. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching this short how-to video. You'll find more videos like this on our website. Just go to the help section, click on the how-to menu item. If you've got an idea for a how-to video that we don't currently have, please send an email to howto@tabletonist365.com, and we'll do our best to produce one of these as soon as we can. Thanks for watching.